We left our home in South Africa to live and work on a 40-foot catamaran named Annette.
We want to see as many places as possible to experience and share our love for the ocean.
PJ is an underwater and documentary filmmaker.
Roxanne, a lighting and furniture designer.
All is Swell is where we'll share the highs and lows of life at sea.
Hello and welcome to our home. We thought we'd give a boat tour so that everyone can see where we spend our days and how it works. So come on in and let me show you. This is our saloon and galley, which is our kitchen. We have a basin. This is pretty cool. It's our saltwater inlet, so if you quickly just want to rinse some dishes and don't want to waste any fresh water, we can get saltwater. PJ loves that. We save water. We have a gas stove and a gas oven. On the top here is where we keep all our pots and pans, and here's crockery and cutlery. Not a lot of space, only keep and have what you really need and use. Over here we have our fridge. It's small, but she's mighty. She packs a punch. Just had to keep it organized. Sure, it's like a little baby grape. Here we have different salts, coffees, teas. This used to be for like chocolate and sweet things, but we've ate it all, so now it just keeps a little bit of other stuff. We have a little fan on the top here, which is great when it's super humid inside, so we can put that on. We have a convection like microwave oven do all that we can use when we have shore power, or we can run the Jenny, which is super luxurious, so we just use it when it's really necessary. Moving on to the saloon area. This is obviously our like indoor dining area, saloon. We work here, we spend a lot of time inside when the weather's bad outside. We love the color, just bright and fun like us. Here we have a freezer. This station we have our radio, Bluetooth. We can mount a TV, but we haven't really got to that yet or found it super necessary. This is our like charging station where we charge our mobile VHF, our drone, batteries, keep it all neatly here. Here we keep all kinds of bits and bobs. So in here like all our laundry pegs, our like shackle, oh I love this thing, to like undo shackles, and headlights, sunscreen, all the kind of things you need to grab quickly when you're heading out. On the top here we have some more storage space. That's kind of like our extended galley area, pantry goods, so rice, flour, pastas, sauces, some Ferreira Rochers. Reminds me that we have some left. We also use these like handy stackable crates to keep more dry goods. So we have lots of tinned food stuff, stock. Here's some wine and drinks. Our little handheld vacuum, which is, I think, probably one of the most important things we have on the boat, because this is our hair is everywhere. So this works a treat. This is also one of my favorite things for the boat, or if you're living in a small space. We don't have space for vases, like glass vases, and they can break. So we have these cool like paper ones. And I've just like foraged some wildflowers from like abandoned lots, and just makes it feel like home. In here we keep extra like electronics and things. This seat can pull out, so it's like a little knob here. And then you can sit here. So then it's extra space to sit or sit and work. Underneath these seats, there's also extra storage. So if you lift up these seats, we keep extra things that we don't use every day underneath there. Then over here we have our chart table. This is where all the navigation and passage planning happens. If we are on night watch or something, we can see everything on here as well as outside. So that's really great. If it's like foul weather, you can at least bunker inside. Here's our library. We have all of our important sailing books and some other non-sailing books as well. Then we're going down into our hull. Okay, cool. So this side, the port side of the boat, is our hull. We're super lucky in that it's you call it an owner's version. So instead of having 2 cabins and a bathroom in the middle, which is called the head, we actually have like a study space and extra storage, and it's just open. So we have our cabin on that side and then our bathroom on this side. This is actually our door, which is so cool that it doubles up as a catch-all bookshelf. It's super disorganized. Sorry, I didn't have time to like neaten it up before making this video, but you get the idea. So this we can just slide closed in the evenings or when we want some privacy, and then just opens up. So it's one of my favorite features. I love it. This is actually one of my other favorite features. This hatch, that's actually also the escape hatch, doubles up as this window into the underside of the boat that you can see the fish under the water and all kinds of like, I don't know, exciting things. Full-length mirror, which is great. All the doors are on magnets so that they don't swing closed or shut or slap you in the face when we're sailing. In the bathroom we have a shower, basin, lots of storage below here, this cool like sliding mirror, ample space. This is pretty cool. This is like a little blind that you can close, so especially handy if you're in a marina or there's another boat quite close to you, you can pull this closed. So the head or the toilet was one of the things that took me a while to get used to. Every time you want to flush, there are 2 settings. On the one side, it lets water in and out. So you pump and then you pump and flush. So you suck salt, and it's also salt water. So it sucks salt water in and pushes it out. If you just want to expel all the water that's in the bowl, you switch over to an air inlet, and then it pulls in air and flushes the salt water out. So once you have the hang of it, super simple. So moving to the other side of our suite, here we have the study area. We have plug points with USBs. This can lift up. We keep all kinds of extra things in there. Underneath the seat there's also space for extra storage. And then we have our bed. On this side you can walk around, you squeeze in here, and then you have, I love, this is like the cutest thing ever. So this hatch can open for some fresh air, but then you have like a tiny little blind or curtain that you can draw closed. PJ and I both love having the natural light just pour in here every morning. Sea breeze. That's our bedroom. Okay, now we're moving into the starboard hull of the boat, which is also our guest wing. I'm going to show you these 2 cabins. So this is the starboard bow, the front on the right side of the boat. We have generous sized bedroom here and a big cupboard, which at the moment is filled with our wetsuits, but we can move them when someone comes over. We're in the starboard rear cabin. This is exactly the same size as ours. Big double bed, there's a fan, bedside reading lights, the same little hatch. I love this blind as well. It drops down and sticks with Velcro. So all around the boat, you can access the through the hull fittings through the floorboards like this one. We're in the starboard head or the starboard bathroom. It's smaller than ours, but it still has everything you need. A separate shower to the heads or the bathroom, big vanity, storage, a hatch on the top here. Yeah. And that was the inside of Annette. We hope you enjoyed it. We love her. She's taken us to lots of cool places, kept us safe. Let's show you the outside of the boat.
Welcome to the exterior boat tour of our Lagoon 40 called Annette, with the beautiful Porto in the background. This is the helm. This is where we sail the boat. and keep watch. So we've got the wheel here, 2 throttles for the port and starboard engine. These are the controls for the 2 engines. We've got our chart plotter, and we've got B&G instruments that tell us the depth, the boat speed, wind direction, all of the essential stuff to keep the boat going. We've got a chain counter that also allows me to control the anchor. This is the autopilot control, and this helm seat can flip down so you can sit on it or you can lean against it, which is handy. What's really great about this boat and the way that it's laid out is you can sail single-handedly. So we've got 2 winches right here at the helm, and all of the working lines on the boat come back over here. So we've got 1 electric winch that's got 2 speeds, and that allows me to do all of the heavy lifting and intensive work like hoisting sails and so on. And then I've got another winch here that I can use to trim the mainsail. We've got a self-tacking jib, which also makes it very, very easy. So she's very easy to handle with limited crew like we are, or even single-handed. There are 4 winches in total on board. 2 of them are down on the starboard and port side, and we use them to control the code 0. We also use them to lift the dinghy out of the water. They're sort of general purpose. And then the 2 winches on the coach roof are used to control the jib and the mainsail. One of the most important parts of a yacht is how to get off of it. Because when we get somewhere, we need to go to land if we aren't in a marina. And our dinghy is really, really great. We love it. We can drop the dinghy down into the water using these davits. And it's got a 10 horsepower Honda 4-stroke engine on, and works great. Really, really love it, and the size is fantastic. This is the less glamorous but very essential part of the exterior of our boat, which is the bucket. You can't function on a boat without a bucket. Even though this is a sailboat, we spend a lot of time motoring and maneuvering using our engines. We've got 2 45 horsepower Yanmar diesel engines. They've been great so far. Along with the engine on the starboard side, we've also got a 60 litre per hour desalator water maker, which works with reverse osmosis, and yeah, it's a lifesaver. Makes water for us. It still seems like magic to me. I don't understand it, but it's incredible. A very important addition to our family is Fat Boy. So this special use fender is used a lot when we're coming alongside in marinas and so on to protect our boat, and we love Fat Boy very much. One of the amazing things about living on a cat is all the space. So out here in the cockpit, we've got an outside table and an L-shaped couch area where we recline and entertain, and also where Roxanne loves to sneak in a nap when she has sea shock while we're sailing. One of the most underrated but essential items on a boat is a boat hook. So we use this to pick things up out of the water when they either fall overboard, or if we see something in the water. It's telescopic, and we use this almost daily when we're out at sea. So here we are on the bow of the boat. So we've got 2 big lockers, one on this side and one on that side, and we keep all of our mooring lines and fenders in here. I've got a scuba cylinder in here, a whole bunch of bits and bobs and dive gear and stuff. There's a lot of space in here. So we're very happy that we've got space for all of our toys. On that side we've got the dive compressor. It's a Bauer Junior 2 dive compressor. While you're out at sea, it's quite nice to come and sit here on the bows and look at all the dolphins and think about how lucky you are. This is our jib. It's on a roller furler, which we control from the helm, which is really nice. That bowsprit over there is where the code 0 mounts, so we use that very often. The anchor chain runs out here. This is the roller where the anchor goes over into the water, and over here is the windlass. We've got a little ladder that we can use to get up onto the roof if we need to access the mast and so on, which we do quite often. In here we've got our generator. This is a Fisher Panda 10,000i marine generator, and it's really great because it allows us to use 220 volt power, and it charges our batteries when there's no sun to do our solar, and also heats our water heater so we can have hot water to shower. So this is a really nice, and I would say almost essential in our case, piece of equipment, because it also allows us to run our dive compressor. In here we keep our anchor chain. This is the windlass, so this is what lifts and drops the anchor and all the chain. We've also got our water tank. So because we have a generator, we can only have one water tank on board. It's a 300 litre water tank, which is not a lot. So it does mean that we need to be very water wise, and we also need to run our water maker quite often. This is the mast, this is the boom, and this, in the sail bag, we've got our mainsail. So it's a square top main, and the main combined with the jib or the Kotze, that's what drives us forward if we aren't using our diesel engines. So we sail whenever we possibly can. What I love about the sail bag is it rolls up completely, and when the sails are up, it is very low profile and it packs away really nicely. So we really like that a lot. One of my favorite things aboard Annette is our solar system. So we've got two panels on either side of a wooden walkway. We've got 800 watts of solar in total, and they keep us charged pretty much every day. If the sun is shining, our battery banks are full. So I love that. It's so amazing to just be completely off grid except for the bit of diesel we use every once in a while. The little wooden walkway that we've got allows me to reach the end of the boom. It's a bit of a design flaw in my opinion that you can't reach the end of the boom traditionally. Sorry Lagoon, but yeah, we had to intervene and we built this. We had this built in our solar panel design, so now I can walk on here and reach the end of the boom easily, although it's still a little bit risky when you're out at sea and you're rolling around. Thanks for joining us on this trip aboard our new home. We really love living aboard Annette. She's taken us to some incredible places, and we can't wait to see where we go next. Okay, good all.
Okay, just taking I have cherries in my teeth. Welcome to our home. And done?
Klaar. Ja, this is good, yeah.
Okay. Cool, so this is the bow, starboard cabin.
Bow.
Okay. So this is the starboard bow. You can access the through the hull fittings. Yeah. You can. Okay.
Oh, look at that super yacht. And whoop, almost fell over there. Okay, that we. Is it okay? Swaai baie ronde.
Can you see me?
That I didn't fall there in my face. One on the port side. We've got two of these winches, one on the starboard, one on the port side, and then the third one. Sorry, okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you for joining us on. And that was a very. Nee, wag. Thank you for joining us on our tour. Wag.
It's okay.